How's it going, everybody? So we're back talking some more Pretty Little Liars Summer School on the channel, episode 4. Things continue to be heating up each and every week in this show, figuratively, and I guess in a sense literally, due to how we concluded episode 3 with Mouse escaping the burning building after her test with Bloody Rose Waters. The fallout from that revelation, Bloody Rose Waters being a real threat to these girls, continues to loom large for everyone. Lots of paranoia going around on potentially who exactly could be targeted next. After everything that we saw happen to Mouse once she got dropped off, I'm glad that we addressed that almost immediately with her grandma, straight up asking her who told her to take her to this place. Unsurprisingly, she tells Mouse that Bloody Rose told her to do it and that she was calling from the other side. Because of that wording, now we're putting out the potential possibility that it's a supernatural villain. Let's be real though, I don't think Bloody Rose Waters is a ghost by any means. That would be very odd in the context of the universe. Do buy into more of what Mouse was saying when she blames herself for the creation of Bloody Rose Waters, because she went into so much detail about everything on the internet, this damn spooky spaghetti. Essentially, it turned Bloody Rose Waters into a reality, feeds into that speculation on who exactly is reading this website, taking in all the info, and creating this persona Bloody Rose Waters. And it only gets more suspicious that something definitely is going on because they try to reach Dr. Sullivan and she can't be reached, and comes to find out that she had a whole incident off screen, which we find out through Imogen visiting her in the hospital. While Dr. Sullivan was leaving her office, somebody came up from behind and pushed her. Annoyingly, Dr. Sullivan said that she didn't get a good look at who pushed her, just adding fuel to the fire on the speculation aspect. It's kind of amusing that these girls have these pacts with one another that they're not going to do certain things. For example, they made a pact to not answer a bunch of random phone calls, and Tabby breaks that almost immediately. Fortunately for Tabby, it isn't Bloody Rose Waters on the other side of the phone. It's a festival film programmer asking her to submit a new short. The main issue is she doesn't have a short and she only has 2 days to submit it. Listen, I understand that it's a TV show and we're working with TV magic here, and I'm glad that everyone pulled together to create this short, but realistically, there is almost no way that they were able to make this short, edit it, and have it ready to submit for a festival in 48 hours. Like, come on, out of everything, that is the thing I have the hardest time believing. I believe Bloody Rose Waters is a ghost before I believe they could finish an entire short horror film this fast. Either way, I did enjoy the overall concept for Tabby's short film. A psychotic projectionist returning to the theater all these years later after he killed someone there. It's definitely in that vein of Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, except for it's applied to a movie theater. I wish we had more horror movies that were related to the movie theater experience. One embarrassing example that I remember watching a lot on Disney Channel back in the day was Phantom of the Megaplex. Highly recommend that if you're someone that's old like myself. It's on Disney Plus. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy for Tabby. I'm glad this relationship between her and Christian is going positively. And it was nice that they kissed after everything, but after that collection of masks last week and we kind of just swept that under the rug. Out of all of these potential summer flings though, the one I'm feeling the least definitely is Noah and Jen. I guess it's interesting to find out that Jen's father is wealthy but not even involved in her life, giving us a little bit more of Jen's backstory because we still don't know a whole lot about her, which does kind of make her suspicious. Then they go and pull one of the dumbest moves imaginable, stealing her dad's watches, which obviously she's going to get arrested for. I still can't believe that they bailed her out. I mean, the bail was $2,000. Out of everyone in this entire situation, I kind of feel the most bad for Noah's boyfriend because he's so understanding of everything and has no idea what's going on behind his back. I'm sure there are people out there that are rooting for them to get together, and we're glad to see Noah and Jen finally kiss, though it was kind of spoiled in the trailers. For now, they're the relationship I'm the least invested in. One of the more surprising stories in episode 4 is Imogen having to go and take care of the baby because Mr. Winters has an emergency to run. It's one of the more tense, creepy moments of episode 4 because it leans so heavily into when a stranger calls. Chills that ran up my body when Mr. Winters calls Imogen and tells her they got an alert that one of their windows was opened. I mean, after everything, I don't blame her for running and grabbing a kitchen knife immediately and going and searching the house. Not only was I nervous for Imogen because of the possibility that Bloody Rose Waters could attack her at any moment in the house, but she's searching throughout this house with a baby in one hand and a giant kitchen knife in the other. I don't know, Imogen's just badass like that, I guess. Fortunately for Imogen, Johnny does show up to the house very fast after she called him. Almost a little bit too fast. It is cute that he actually stayed outside in the car all night waiting for her and they do kiss. Out of the love interest so far, I guess he is the one that it makes sense for him to be understanding because he knows Imogen's story. At the same time, him looking up all of this stuff makes me wonder if potentially he could have been one of those people that looked up stuff on Spooky Spaghetti and that makes him a suspect. One of the angles that's most surprising that's been injected into the storylines in season 2 is the religious angle with Kelly. From the very beginning, it's taken some pretty odd twists and turns. Wasn't expecting Kelly's mom to basically just turn into the mom from Carrie. Out of my potential suspect list, I definitely have to put Kelly's mom up there amongst all the different love interests. Yet again, much like in episode 3, episode 4, the best part of it in my opinion is the climax, alternating between the rest of the group and Farron's storyline. I feel kind of bad because I haven't talked about Farron all that much. She does have some of the best moments, it's just a lot of them aren't till the climax. Throughout the entire episode, Mouse has been trying to locate the real Rosewater, which everyone but Farron goes to do, searching around this camp hoping to find her. I figured it was going to be a little bit harder than it was. They kind of just show up and Rosewater's is just under the bridge. The moment that they walk up to her and they talk to her and tell her that Archie's alive, she decides to just book it and jump off a bridge into the river below. Seriously, how are you supposed to react in a situation like that when that happens in front of you? Farron, though, I mean, she has been ready to fight Bloody Rose Waters from the very get-go, so it was no surprise when Bloody Rose Waters calls her. She immediately takes up Bloody Rose Waters' challenge, not even factoring in what potentially this challenge could be, or if she's gonna be alone, didn't let anybody know where she was going. I kid you not, when I first watched the episode and Farron walks up and sees the display of what her test is, I thought I stepped into a Saw movie. It looks like something that Jigsaw would cook up. There's a timer here and she has to hold up this bar, otherwise a loved one of hers dies. Literally, this is some Jigsaw type shit. I mean, Farron's awesome, so she's of course successfully going to do it. Low-key though, I think it's kind of unfair that she does this test that is extremely exhausting, and then once she passes it, Bloody Rose Waters walks out and tries to kill her. How unfair of a challenge is that? Thankfully, Farron does have enough strength in her to fight back a little bit. There's only so much you can do when you're exhausted. What a riveting sequence though. The chase involved. Everything about this scene had fantastic tension all the way up to her hopping the fence to get away at the last moment while Bloody Rose Waters is behind her. That isn't the only interesting detail they leave us with. The last one is one I think it's going to be fun to speculate about leading into episode 5, and that's when the girls are rummaging through Rose Waters' belongings for proof. Not only do they find a picture of Angela Waters, they realize when they're reading through the documents that for a period of time, Bloody Rose Waters' doctor was Dr. Sullivan. I'm really intrigued on how exactly we're going to factor Dr. Sullivan into the overall storyline with her being her therapist, and what that could potentially mean for the girls involved and their future relationship with her. I have to imagine it's gonna get pretty spicy, but yeah, now that you've heard my thoughts on episode 4, make sure you share your thoughts down below. What did you think of episode 4 of Pretty Little Liars Summer School? Did you like the episode? Did you not like the episode? If you have any theories or speculations on who you think is going to be Bloody Rose Waters, especially after all the new info that we got in episode 4, have your predictions changed? Either way, make sure you share your thoughts down below, because the fun is in that conversation with you guys in the comments section. Thank you guys, as always, for checking out videos. I always do appreciate it. Make sure you like on the video and also subscribe to the channel to update reviews, reactions, unboxings, and more. Till next time, I'll see you guys later.